Welcome in everyone to more Mario Kart Tour action. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's episode, I will be unpacking the Mario vs. Luigi Rally Tour. It's the final tour before the 3rd anniversary of the game, and we know from the tour preview that they will have 3rd anniversary challenges with special bonuses to claim. So we're going to take a look at that, the new items that are in play, and there's going to be 6 new retro courses, 3 variants of Luigi Raceway from N64. That's the one I'm particularly partial to since I began my Mario Kart journey in Mario Kart 64. But we also have the SNES Ghost Valley 2. There we go. There's a little look at Luigi Raceway. It's going to reuse the same music from Royal Raceway, and that's just such a classic banger for Mario Kart. So let's see. Yes, we have to select our team. So what team will I be picking, right? Is the shirt any kind of a forecast for that one? So for the first time, I will be going with Team Luigi here, and that's because all the Kongs decided to pick up shop and move over to his side. Normally they're with Mario, but not today. But actually this makes me happy because Mario I already have at level 7. Could really use some progress on Luigi, so that's very good. Look at that, 1 away from level 4, and I'm sure when it's in the tier shop or daily selects, I could get it to level 4, but I don't know how necessary that will be. We'll have to see what the ranked modes look like. I'll have a complete breakdown of that, as well as the new items that will be in the pipe. Alright, so 3rd anniversary challenge. Start a new tour. Easiest Ruby any of us will ever make, right? Let's see what else these challenges provide. So multiplayer, 300 coins and races. This is all very standard stuff. I believe these are identical to the last time that we went and did these. So I'd imagine then that that's going to be 48 rubies that we'd be looking at there. Tour challenges 1. All standard stuff. Daily selects here. And then we don't have that available to us. Alright, and real quick, we'll take a look at the Premium Challenge card. Ooh, Premium Challenge Plus. And the Black Cat Cruiser, okay. Mushroom Gorge R is in ranked mode. I know my loadout for that isn't too swell, but let's get Lakitu to provide us with how the rankings concluded for the end of the Bowser Tour. Did the sandbag work, and what kind of effort did I have to put into that? We're going to go over that in a little bit of detail right now. We got the first place, which means this Dry Bowser Me racing suit is being added to the inventory there. Look at that. 920 base points on all of those things. Alrighty. Now let's talk about this because there was a little bit of a throttle. I've been noticing this in the ranked algorithm. They increased the opponent difficulty, and this is whether you're sandbagging, not sandbagging, underbaking, whatever terminology you want to use. They've been drawing from a more difficult set of opponents. I mean, the most difficult of which I really dodged a bullet on this one. I had this player here who didn't have the best loadouts, as we can see over here to the right, but certainly looking at their account, I mean, they were just loaded. Tier 60 was their peak tier. The inventory was there, and what really caught my eye was that highest score of 53k. This is a legitimate player, but after going through the badges in the inventory, it became apparent that this was a year 1 grinder, and they just fell off with the game. In the last year, they barely had any of the characters, so they're just kind of putzing along, playing casually, and I can't blame them for that. That's a very admirable choice, and we're fortunate enough that they weren't too difficult on us, but we did have a pair of 78Ks here. And if we take a look at my runs, I had a lot of difficulty on the Bowser's Castles. My loadouts were lacking, particularly on the Bowser's Castle 3T. I chronicled that in quite a bit of detail last tour, but even for that RMX Bowser's Castle 1R, not the easiest track to operate with Coinbox. Even the level 2, the luck was just not having it for me. I really should have scored, you know, I could have even gotten 5k more than that, but that's kind of like pie in the sky, end of the rainbow kind of a run, and it was not happening. So ideally, I figured I have to go back to Neo Bowser City. I'd done the double coin frenzy run that I shared the line with on the channel here, and just by improving that run without upgrades, I could have eclipsed the 78K, but it was very thin and it would have needed to be specifically a triple coin frenzy, and I wasn't in the mood for that. And I said, look, since the pipes will be going away, right? That's the big news. Pipes firing with rubies are going to be gone after the 3rd anniversary. So that means the opportunities for pulling Funky Kong are going to decline slightly. And I figured he was 4 away. That's right on the edge of when I would consider taking him to level 8. I said, why not do it now, right? He is in ranked mode. His ranked usage is usually just once every 2 months or so. And that's if we're lucky with Funky Kong. So it was a prime opportunity. The P-Wing is nothing that's important for my inventory, and the Wario Wing we also juiced up a little bit as well. And this was a double coin frenzy and banana frenzy run, 185 action counts. So fell below the mark for completely optimal on that because of that banana frenzy being at the last item box. But sensational run, was not easy to do, but we'll talk about that for the right time and place. For the moment, we're going to transition into the Mario versus Luigi Tour login bonuses. I'm so glad they've been bringing these back, right? We had these during the summertime, and but what's interesting to note is that, and this is where I was wrong last time, and many of you corrected me in the comments, thank you so much for that, is they run through October 5th. So you only have to log in 14 out of these next 28 days. So if you log in every day this tour, you're not going to receive a new set of login bonuses in the next tour. We have the coins, rubies, more coins. This is a lot of coins. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Wow, look at this. Okay, so all rubies and coins. We don't see any high-end tickets, which is interesting. But we know that there's going to be high-end tickets because this is a rally tour, and then very, very likely to also see high-end tickets in that 3rd anniversary tour. All right. So the new news we'll just check out regarding known issues. It is possible to obtain team tokens that should be unobtainable when racing on a course for which a Tokens Aplenty event is active during a team rally using auto mode. Also, the number of team tokens collected is not displayed on the screen after the race ends. Okay, that sounds like some kind of a display issue of some kind. This is what we want to see though. 3rd anniversary. We're just go right to the 3rd anniversary news, right? To express our gratitude to all the players out there, we've prepared some events to celebrate the 3rd anniversary. So we already have become acquainted with these login bonuses, a total of 30 rubies and 30,000 coins. I like how they theme that very appropriately with the 3rd year. Very cool when they do that. So, looks like we're going to have access to Party Time Toad there. He's been available for free before, but any kind of a duplicate is always welcome, right? The token shop lineup will be boosted here. We see that there's 4 high-end drivers and gliders. Mario Classic, which is just been a giveaway so many times. I think this might take him to like 3.5 for me, honestly. So this is probably the 4th time they've been giving him away for free. Luigi Classic is new though. That's a good one. That is a really good one. And I mean, look, his value is year 1, so it's not like he's presenting any kind of significant value, but as the way of freebies go, Luigi Classic is a very nice one to throw in there. And then we have this 2 star shoots. Silver Star Shoot isn't optimal, but it does have a very nice composition of courses, and it's a standard high-end, so that might be one that you're invested into in a high level, and you would want to enforce that item when looking at how you want to form your optimal combination, since that would save you high-end tickets on the back end of things, possibly. Just something to keep in mind. Everybody's inventory is unique after all. And then we have a special golden pipe here. And what I do want to make mention of, we've been talking a lot about what will the price point be for items in this spotlight shop, right? That's all the rage to discuss. And I have mentioned that I believe that the totals should be stratified, whereas the driver of the spotlight shop would cost more than the cart and the glider. This is not confirmed yet. We haven't seen what the spotlight shop will look like. That will be in 28 days from now if they hold true to the schedule. However, we've been trying to read the tea leaves on these things and say, okay, the daily selects has stratified pricing where the driver costs more than the cart and the glider. Same thing in the tier shop. However, the token shop has been an oddity because the supers continue on with that trend where it costs more tokens to get the driver than the cart and the glider, but not for high ends. Believe it or not, this is the very first time that they're stratifying the drivers and gliders, and I think could that be perhaps forecasting or confirming between the lines that that will also be the case for the Spotlight shop? In the past, the drivers, carts, and gliders have always been the same amount of tokens in the token shops, but this is breaking new ground there. So at least at the current moment, every single shop has stratified pricing whereby the driver costs more. So that's what we're looking at here. What? The gold standard has been added to rank for placing high. And so this is available to everybody. There's no tier 50, no first place, but of course then the value on that is not going to be anything significant. We've seen it with the Wild Slugger, with the Dragonfly. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I always mix the two up there. Badges and other items that you can get during a tour may reappear in a future tour in the shop. Okay. More pipes you can fire for free. You will be able to get 3 free pipes. That's another thing that people are concerned about is, will the free pipes be going away now that once the 3rd anniversary celebration is gone and pipes with rubies will be gone? Will we have access to freebies where you have that small chance to get spotlights or regular high ends? Or will it be a situation where maybe they'll just offer us more regular helpings of these pipes from the token shop? We will see on that. Fun to speculate about. You can leave me your thoughts about that in the comments below. All right, and we already saw those premium challenges plus are available. All right, so the rally tour starts here. We have the B Dasher and the Black B Dasher. Wow, 2 high ends, not particularly good ones though, unfortunately. And yep, free-to-play gifts are as we would expect, but there's the badge, and I don't want to read any further because that's going to spoil the special skill, am I right? Luigi Knight in the Shielded Speedster. Hitbox on that, I want to bring emphasis to that actually, because the Armored Rider has a huge hitbox there, and we see that this is bigger. And Luigi and Mario are both middleweights, so yeah, I'd say that this is easily a top 5, maybe even a definitely top 10, but perhaps top 5 hitbox on that. And here we go. What's the special skill going to be? It's paired with Mario Samurai. So are they going to provide 2 boomerang drivers in this? You know, when they get precedents like these in play, I really feel like it's just going to be boomerang again. But I mean, you know, they've forgotten about Lucky 7, right? Charge and Chuck, and then, you know, some of the Miis, but let's just go right into it. Yeah, they did double boomerang, and that's also 2 boomerang Luigi drivers this year, right? Because we had Vacation. And Vacation ended up with actual real great tangible value too, but we'll see what the starting value is here. Top shelf 9, very standard. Okay, and looking at the tracks here and going based on the intel that has been provided me by the team that works tirelessly behind the scenes here, no unique courses. Oh my goodness. So Luigi Knight plus skill, you might feel pressured into needing to pull for this, right? Could perhaps be the last brand new character brought into a pipe before the pipes go away, but no unique track coverage to that of Coinbox, Boomerang, in particular overlap with Giant Banana as well. So check your own individual inventory on that and don't feel baited and pressured just on that Boomerang flower alone. Look, you can keep going at that, but it's going to cost you a premium, right? They're trying to convert players into that premium level of investment that requires dipping into packs and whatnot. So if you want to look at things strategically, whether you're free to play, gold pass only, or just trying to get by on as few packs as possible, which I think encompasses a lion's share of the player base, then check to see what your unique coverage is and if Luigi Knight overlaps with where the concentration of your investments already are, because just because it has 0% unique courses to that of other plus special skills doesn't make it garbage, but it's going to be very selective then, right? such as Pink Ninja Shy Guy. That was one of those where it was amazing for some and entirely useless for others, and you can mold your account around the characters as you see fit, whether they're plus skills or not. Alrighty, very good there. Let's take a look at this other item here, Jump Boost Plus. They're matching the color of the icon there with the cart itself. It does look very nice, and wow, starts off with 10 tracks, so that's very good. But a more somber note to touch on for this cart and glider here is that, remember, we are before the 3rd anniversary of the game, and at the time of this recording, I have no idea if the 3rd anniversary is going to look like that of the 1st and the 2nd anniversary, which is a enormous concentration of city courses, which are those nitro courses that don't filter in, tour in and tour out, which means the time when these items on average pick up the largest concentration of buffs after their initial debut, which is their 2nd tour, they're going to have to reckon with those city courses. And when it comes to the drivers, they tend to provide that excess value on the back end of things. But if we think about the cart that was released alongside Yoshi Kangaroo last year at this time, right before anniversary, was the green double-decker. You can go take a look at what that cart looks like in your inventory. Not too swell. They can change precedent, of course, but remember, the competition is larger than ever with the influx of items. We have the gold standard now, as well as, especially with the glider, we see all the new balloon gliders that are coming out, right? You have the Boo glider, you have the hats of Mario and Luigi. Not to mention this guy here, Silver Luigi's mustache. Bullet Bill Plus, which isn't a good item to pull, but it's actually great for probabilities for obtaining plus skill items, whether singles or frenzy. And this one only starts off with 9 courses of value, so tough competition there for the glider. I'd say maybe a small bright spot for the cart because it is a large size hitbox and it starts off with 10, and it's all assumed value at the moment, so that's pretty hot. Otherwise, Samurai Mario going to be very inventory specific, as is all of the recent items that have come into the game. Picked up the Ghost Valley 2, which is the other new retro that's coming in. Warrior Wagon, right? The Armored Rider is the paywalled one. And we can see here, picked up the Ghost Valley 2T, so it seems like the Luigis are featured to Luigi Raceway, and then these, the Origami Glider, this one is a fan favorite for sure. This one probably picked up another Ghost Valley. Yep, so looking good on that set. Should you folks spend your rubies on this pipe, I really do want to draw emphasis to the fact that once the pipes are grown, we don't know what it's going to cost to obtain an entire Spotlight set in the future. Therefore, the more rubies you have that you can save for that moment, because it's not just the first tour after anniversary, right? You're setting yourself up and your account for the long haul, for the long-term future here. And you know, even if one of these items becomes a hit, which isn't likely because you have double boomerang, a lot of lucrative, desirable looking items in this, mind you, the chances aren't too swell that anything here becomes a big hit. And the off chance that it does, you're just missing out on that one thing, right? That we'll be able to obtain again in the future without having to go into the gacha, right? You can just point and click and add those parts to your inventory. How beautiful will that be, right? All right, so here are those hats. Looks like $6.99, and they're going to pair it with the standard carts, which are supers. They came into the game last year, if I'm not mistaken. Alrighty. Goomba Me Racing suit here. Turned out to have the double Bob-omb special skill, which actually made a lot of sense in retrospect. I think originally my prediction was triple mushrooms, but given that the challenge in this game for the Goomba takedown is always flinging Bob-ombs, it makes so much more sense that it was this. In hindsight, that was not a good prediction on my part for that, but that's why I don't often prognosticate on random things like that, because the theming, they have their own ideas for what things are about there. Oh, so they're both in the Mii shop. That makes sense because the gold standard. That means there will be no Mii for finishing in first place in these ranked cups, which is good, I think. Maybe that will bring down the throttle we can just play ranked mode in a less aggressive environment. And I'll also track then how the matchmaking algorithm is affecting the pairings of the group, since there has been that stronger throttle as of late. So the starting value on this one starts off with an extra track, so perhaps that could confer some kind of value, but we know that these are themed to specific courses, and it could just be the case that the Goomba does not have access to as many of the ones that are planned out for that version as would be for this Hammer Bro here. All right, let's check out the shops then. So we've already looked at the Mii shop. It looks like PD Prawn is back and the ice cream cone, so steady dose of those. Bowser returns once again. Token shop looking very good there, so we'll get replenished with high-end tickets. Nothing good in the daily selects. And the tier shop, very, very nice. So the Rose Queen was in optimal combinations up until a few months ago. It's been diminished more and more over time. But based on your inventory, it may still be in optimal combinations here, because if we take a look, this is all year one value. But it did pick up the Luigi Raceway T, which is in ranked mode. So I will take a look at the ranked loadouts here, but the composition of courses on this is very, very nice. I do see a little bit of Rambi overlap there, at least on the Vanilla Like 1T. And I believe, yeah. So I'll go through my inventory on that, but that definitely does cover some nice courses. I'm likely to pick that one up. And then we have this Rainbow Starshoot here, which doesn't register in my memory at all. So this, yeah, that's the reason why it does not register in my memory at all. A quick scroll through and quite a few nitros there. Ooh, that is really rough. This had to debut in year one, right? Looks like 2019 even, because DK Pass and Vancouver are right up top there. So that's pretty rough. But yeah, all right. Let's take a look at these ranked loadouts. So week one, we have the Mario Cup, and week two would be the Luigi Cup then. Okay. But as we can see, Mario's been powered up quite a bit because he is the mascot of this game, and not to mention, I've been on Team Mario every other time in the past, so I have a lot of opportunities to get the level up on Mario. This is quite a good loadout, incredible. This is kind of has a throwback to the Ocean Tour then. It was very free-to-play friendly. Like if you have Super Mario and you invest into that, you're well taken care of here. I think we're gonna do a double tier up here. And then we might go back to the week two sandbags once again. I think, because I mean, this loadout is enormously powerful. And that's the other thing that I neglected to mention when talking about the shielded speedster, is with the yellow off-roader buffs. And if we take a look here, the yellow off-roader picked up Luigi Raceway R, which is a double ranked feature. And if we go back to the shielded speedster here, that one does not have Luigi Raceway R, but it does start off with one overlap to the yellow off-roader, which is the ranked track. And I also see that we have Rambi runner overlaps quite a bit actually. So this one does start off pretty rough as far as overlaps go. Factored in as well with the upcoming anniversary, but the yellow off-roader, that is now the #1 kart in the game. Wow, very, very good on that. And then we have a top shelf glider here, so we are not in too bad a shape, but if you didn't have that gold home field glider, you could pick up the Rainbow Starshoot. Very free to play friendly on this one. So looking at a 761 loadout on that course. I'll likely go in and do the runs at the very end. I just want to confirm what week two will look like. Ghost Valley 2, we have the brand new Mii, but we got PD. We're going to go in with PD, right? All that double dash nostalgia. Got to get the fix in, right? But here we see another boomerang overlap with that. So this is what we're talking about, right? If you have all the plus special skills, this is what you're looking at tour in and tour out. Top shelf cart matches the PD set, and then Candlelight Flight gets the buff again. So we do have a 1-1-1 loadout here. Pretty solid. Other options are pretty numerous, but recent items, that's for sure. And then Mushroom Gorge R, I know I have Explorer Toadette here, but we also have Coin Box, Giant Banana, and Boomerang. Oh, and Lucky 7 for good measure, right? So Chargin' Chuck had his niche completely eliminated on this track since he was, well, I guess him and Meowser started off with it, but now you have Boomerang and Giant Banana to fit in there, but we're definitely going in with Toadette. We have the Soft Swerve. I love this card so much. Well, I shouldn't say I do as much as Dixie Kong does, right? I'm just hoping that it gets a Dixie Kong buff. Please, Nintendo, if you're hearing me out on any of this stuff, just give it one Dixie Kong track. Come on, do it for, look at the aesthetic on this card, right? Even like that, the turquoise matches her earrings. It's too perfect not to buff on one course. Not asking for a lot there. But we do see the DK Summit T is an overlap to the Rambi, so this one's not panning out so well. And Wonderful Wings, fantastic. Wonderful Wings will be in the Team Luigi special pipe. These pipes aren't as fire as the special pipe from the last tour, but no spotlights in this. I'd say the Team Luigi one is looking better than the Team Mario one, since that has the entire PD Piranha set in it. Alrighty, so week 1 is looking pretty fair, but what does week 2 look like? Maybe this will change our minds here. We have Daisy Cruiser, just a level 1. I would go in with Boomerang. No top shelf here. We have the Goo Goo Black and the Jet Cruisers of the world. So here I have multiple circuits in middle shelf. So yeah, middle shelf, not too swell. And could it get any better here? Perhaps. Wow, interesting to see Explorer Toadette has a double ranked feature. Here is the Yellow Off-Roader though, with the Wonderful Wings. So the Wonderful Wings picks up that buff for the representation it has in the special pipe. And then Ghost Valley 2T. Here's where Luigi comes into play. Okay, but Luigi's at a very low level. Not really one that I want to invest tickets into. Middle shelf, yeah, and bottom shelf. So this is not the week that I'm going to go into. How this will likely play out is I will assess my group off camera. I won't go through that tedious activity now, but what I do, just here, I'll go for the top player just to show you what I do. I look at their loadouts and say, okay, what could I possibly score with those loadouts? But that's not reflective of what they're going to score with those loadouts. So what you can do is look at their player info. Nice Diddy Kong there. I like this player already. Rafa, very nice. Okay, highest tier is 53. So that's below the tier that I'm currently in, right? I'm in tier 55. Their high score is 33K. And then it's like, okay, let's reference that. 33K, what's their top driver on their account? And we see the level 7 Mario there. In terms of high ends, level 5 PGP. And just do a quick scroll through here. Level 5 Happy Peach. Anything at level 6 or higher? No. They do have some powered up Miis though, but level 5 PGP is more than capable of picking up a score of about 40K. So they're definitely not going to present a top level of competency. And then to reference that as well, you can kind of get an idea for their player history, and knowing when these badges were released are very helpful. You know, that's quite a bit of the blue badges that they've had access to. This is how long they've been on Gold Pass for, so quite a while there. But look at this, they are missing a lot of the expert badges. The only one they have is the DK expert badge, so they have not been playing their expert challenges. And that says something about this kind of player, right? And no ACR badges as well. So they have the Diddy Kong, so I think that they know what they're doing. No judgment beyond that point, right? But anyway, that's how to assess and analyze your entire ranked group to figure out, you know, project exactly how they're going to score. And it's very successful. For example, the group that I had in week 2's ranked mode, the player who had 78K, as I said, I went through their inventory and saw they haven't played after year 1 of the game. And boy, was that right on point, because otherwise, you know, I may have needed to make more investments that I did, or maybe I wouldn't have invested at all and just accepted a lower spot. So you can do a lot of inference based on the information that's available to you. Okay, so why don't we do Luigi's Raceway T? Let's have some fun here, right? We're gonna go in with that Mario. We'll just do full loadout, overbake it, right? Why not? Not going to be picking up any team tokens this time around, but so much nostalgia, even though this does not look anything like the Luigi Raceway of memory. Yeah, look at that. It's like the stadium is like completely gone. Nice jump boost though. All right, here we go. So this is more of the viewpoint that I'm used to. That screen, so good. I can already tell this is a pretty nice course for action count. I mean, there's just so many jump boost, dash panels, very basic circuit, but that's how the Mario Kart games are, being that this was the first course that you would race when booting up your N64 back in the day, right? Back in like, 1996 or whenever it was. Wow, this is going to be a big score, despite no frenzies and a lot of dropped combos and missed actions. Yeah, 24K on, so we can go probably 10K over that. I'd say 34K, but maybe even 38K with like, a triple frenzy run. Phenomenal on that. Ah, that hits all the feels. Alrighty, now let's go into Ghost Valley 2. And you know what? I'll give the love to the Dry Bowser suit, since it is going to be picking up team tokens. That's not the one that I'm going to race with, but just for the fun of going through it the first time. Oh, look at the little Diddy Kong there. Alright. Well, this Mii suit does look pretty darn cool, I'm going to say. They did Dry Bowser up good on that one. Oh, that's cool. I'm going to pick up these 3 tokens there. Pick up that token. Did we get the hit? Yes, we did. Nice. Good size hitbox on this. I missed the glider section, but that actually worked out better in terms of position here. There we go. A little bit of frenzy action now. Ooh. Drops out from right under us there. That's alright. Quite a good run still. Picked up all 3 of those tokens. So that gets us to 12.3. I think probably my ceiling on this, with a double frenzy run, it's going to be around 16, 17K, which is about average for all level 1 top shelf. And then let's go into Mushroom Gorge R. We'll just do every ranked cup track. And then we'll do today's challenge, fire off those free pipes, and see if we can manifest the luck on those free pipes. There's fleeting opportunities for that, unless hopefully they do continue those free pipes in some form or fashion. Gotta go in with that sweet swerve, right? Or strawberry swerve, that is. She looks quite good in this card as well, so. Score 1 for girl power on this one, right? And she's got her hard hat on too. She's ready for business here. I wasn't ready for business though. I just went like right into the Goomba, right? She's like, come on man, you're messing me up. So if you're doing multiplayer, what you want to do is you want to hold your mini and release at the vent there. That's called an air boost. That's going to do phenomenal things for you. So I'm sort of mixing how I'm playing between ideal for scoring and ideal for multiplayer, just to give you a little bit of flair for each We were ready for the Goomba that time. We paid that one back, right? So this time we're going to get the proper air boost. Watch this. Very nice. And see, look at that. The boost is still active as I was hitting the final item box there. There we go. Nice thing about Team Rally Tours is that you don't have your teammates hitting you unless you're racing in the middle of the track, in which case the red shells can inadvertently hit you. But it does, although on the flip side of things, if you do get shocked, it is twice as punishing. So glass half full, glass half empty, maybe look at it half full, right? Give them the benefit of the doubt. And there we go. Time to lock up the rankings. It's over, folks. Let's just check out the top shelf starting value of this. Top shelf 9. Who are they kidding? We know that the buffs on this thing are going to be, you know, far and few between. This is going to look just like that gold zucchini and a lot of those other gold carts that nothing really becomes of them when they're released widespread to a general audience. Alright, let's do today's challenge, and they give us the Goomba Me Racing Suit. So maybe if we get a triple coin frenzy, I'm going to be obliged to drop 70 rubies on that. Let's put some peer pressure on intern 4 to make it happen, right? I have to admit, I have come around on like the backwards facing head ones. You know, King Boo's one of my favorites. The Chain Chomp, they were pushing Chain Chomp on me for a while. They must know I like the reverse facing head ones. Everyone's like, oh, KG's always anti-me. It's like, no, I'm not. Come on. Let's be real. I give balanced, nuanced takes so that you're prepared for the kind of investment and exposure that you're going to see from these things, right? And also, keeping in mind that these are not characters. These are just suits that we race around in our me. And the Mii's going to land differently for everybody. There's not the same nostalgia to race with Mii's because, look, you know, Wii Sports was one of my favorite games of all time. And when I think of the Mii's, I think of a game like that. I don't think of a game like Mario Kart. I just noticed they put it in the swath swerve too, so they are really trying to tug at the heartstrings on that. They know what they're doing. The analytics are working overtime at Nintendo. That's how Intern 4 keeps his job though, right? I mean, he's got to be good at something. Got to be good at something to hold down that spot. Alright, no frenzies, so no buy. Sorry. Intern 4, he came up short on the analytic that mattered there, right? Alrighty, let's eagle eye the counts here. Well, that moved quick, so I don't know what this is. They caught me asleep at the switch. 3 rubies, okay. Well, this is setting up to be a thrilling tour. Love the nostalgia. I mean, just hearing that music alone from Luigi's Raceway. The track looks completely different, though. I do wish... I mean, this looks like a clone of Mario Circuit from 3DS. Much more than the initial N64 Luigi Raceway on that. Alrighty. Ooh, Larry up to level 6. Shout out to Larry from the community doing amazing work with his data spreadsheet. Taking over the reins from Tabor there. All right, so here we go. Time to manifest some luck on this pipe. We have 9% high-end odds. Do hope you all have the best luck in the world. I would strongly consider saving the rubies if I'm in your position. Not because this pipe is no good. There are good items in this pipe, but the long term on it does not project too favorably. Lower probability to have great long-term value here. But keep in mind anniversary, but I'm not one of those proponents that's like save for anniversary, right? Because anniversary usually has rear view mirror kind of value. It's all about the future, folks. I'd say save up for the spotlight shop. And look, you know, if the prices are very fair, which I tend to err on the side of them being more fair than some of the speculation that exists out there. And I think people have to keep in mind that, because look right here, we have the week 2 pipe, right? Being that there will be one spotlight shop, that means that what would have been in the week 1 pipe and the week 2 pipe will be in the entire spotlight shop then. So you're gonna have a lot of items that are in play, and it will be interesting to see if they introduce some kind of a new spotlight boost, since that will be removed now once these pipes are gone. But this one is here, so let's see if we can manifest some luck. We have a gold pipe. Wow, that is really, really incredible. Okay, so let's see what it is. We have a character, so maybe something new if it's not a regular. What do you know? Wow. That's shocking. Okay. I can't believe that, actually. That is sensational. Wow. Thank you. I wish you all the best with whatever pathway you are choosing to forge for yourself. And I do want to emphasize, on the heels of this really amazing free pipe that I got, that look, you don't need any specific thing. You can craft your account at any given time. There's so much speculation in chat that I see with the monumental changes that are coming in that are like, oh, brand new players are going to be behind more than ever, or it's going to be better more than ever for this type of player, that type of player. That's just noise by and large. Look, I truly believe that if you're starting your account today, you can forge the most powerful account. Everything in Mario Kart Tour is related to you. You are the center of your own universe. One of the mottos on my channel is that Mario Kart Tour is a sandbox game, which means that the environment that you are exposed to in Mario Kart Tour will conform to the way that you play. What's paramount is that you think about the way how you are crafting your inventory. And as long as you're doing that and applying your resources responsibly, then everything's going to turn out well for you in the end. The key thing to keep in mind is just to find the things that bring you enjoyment in the game. And there are many outlets to do that and many more to come. With the 3rd anniversary, we're beginning the celebration a little bit early, but even more, it's going to be so exciting. Battle mode will be coming and a brand new shop and economy to match it. I can't wait to dive into the discussion with all of you. Thank you for supporting the channel by leaving a like on this video and subscribing. With all that out of the way, I will be seeing you soon for more Mario Kart Tour coverage. Take care, everybody.